Hi everyone! You probably heard about Forced Swing. It's a very viral book from BookTok. I got this idea that I made a corset top inspired by that book. And this video is also a recommendation, so you should read this book. In my opinion, it is a quite great one. So this is the sewing pattern that I will use. It is free, so you can download it from the description, but I only have in size extra small. I use only these 3 pieces, and as you can see I will trim this strap because I want to use my own ribbon straps. So I cut out 2 pairs from that and that piece, and I cut out 1 piece on fold from the main fabric, and I will also use another fabric. It will be the lining fabric. Anyway, this fabric is approximately 40 centimeters wide and 50 centimeters long. So it is a cotton canvas fabric, and I will use a silk fabric from the lining. So let's cut out everything according to the patterns, and after that I will show you the order how I will stitch them together. So here are all the pieces from the main fabric. This is the right order, but first of all I will grab this center piece because I want to do a little embroidery on it. So this is my sketch, and I will use the embroidery cycle to do it, and I also do embroidery one of the center back pieces. So here is the result, and after I finished embroidering the pieces, which took a while, I will stitch them together. So this is what will I do. I flip them together to the right side, and after I pin them together, as you can see, I will stitch them together along this pin line. So I will continue on with the other piece. I flip it, I pin it, and then I will stitch it. And also I do it with the other parts. And don't forget that I mentioned that I will use this lining for the inside. Anyway, this is a lining silk fabric, but I use some so-called Vetex fabric, which is a fabric with glue dots on one side, so I can iron it down to this silk fabric. It makes a better structure, so let's use it. Okay, so I finished stitching together these pieces, and after that I iron it down the stitches, make sure that they look so flat, and of course I repeat it with this other one. So now I flip them face to face, and after that I will use a lot of pins because I pin them together. And I cheated a little bit because I trimmed the edges to look nicer in the video, but this is in additional part. So after that I make these 2 pieces, pin them together. I will stitch them together along this bottom line, also the neckline, but make sure that leave it open the sides, and also this top pieces, and I stitch them together. After that I made these little trims on the edges to make sure they will turn out really flat. So I turn them inside out. I added a little embroidering after I iron it. You can see this is also an additional part. So let's do this with the other side. I use this boning. As you can see, I will use it there as long as the corset, and I stitch it inside. So basically I just tuck into the hole and stitch it down, and after I mark my buttonholes, I use buttonholes instead of so-called ringlets because it's cheaper. And then here is the fabric that I will use. I think it's a kind of silk fabric, it's 50 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide. I flip it half and I just stitch together, make sure that leave this side open and the other closed. As you can see the pleats, I made 4 of that, and after I turn these inside out, I will stitch it to the top, tuck them into the holes and stitch it down. So if you take a closer look, you can see that there is not everything perfect. Also, you can see these buttonholes working, it's just fine, but not the most beautiful ones. So as the straps, I stitch them into the places, and I also use a 1 meter long ribbon for the back.